Hey everybody, Dull Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic book show. It's on my drawing table versus Hell Road Redemption. Go to makecomicscool.com if you want to see more behind the scenes. I redrew that panel quite a bit. Been shooting video, some of these traditionally pencil pages. I like traditionally pencil and stuff. It's a fun challenge. I was getting a little burned out just doing digital. It makes my eyes hurt, so just want to go back through, and this page is bent. Just trying to have some fun, making comics, staying enthused, doing awesome stuff. So I love drawing my own creator on comic books. And if you go right now to batlanticstore.com, you can grab a copy of Versus Raw, Issue 1, Hell Road Redemption. You can see here some of those pages I just showed you. These are kind of the digital roughs. I like doing both, but I don't want to do one or the other too often or too much because it just... I get bored, and so I try to mix it up as much as I can. So with this one, this was a 2-page spread. I was like, what happens if I print out those digital roughs, which are printed here? Printed here. And I go, oh, what if I take these digital roughs and I just rework some stuff and have some fun with it? And what's that feel like? What's that look like? How's that changed my process? Because these are pretty loose, especially when I go back in and do more tight pencils. These roughs are pretty loose. So, but I like having that as an item, you know, like it's still fun to kind of look back and see that and experience it. It's for sure different, but I like having both. So, and drawing traditionally on paper is slower. It does take a little bit more focus and time for sure. But it is a different experience, and I do like that different experience. I find it's a little gentler on my eyes and my vision. I'm not staring at a monitor or an iPad screen, which I don't know about you, but man, I feel like I'm staring at monitors and iPad screens a lot lately, and it's just kind of nice to sit and be able to just work on a piece of paper once in a while. It's like a throwback. It's like classic. Like playing an old Nintendo game. You're like, oh man, this is how it used to be before things moved around so much and were so chaotic. You could just kind of sit and draw for a while. So I've been doing that. I might ink these traditionally. I might ink these digitally. Might not ink them at all. Don't know. I'll do whatever I want. I'm gonna have fun. That's the goal. With anything, with all things. Have fun. Make comics. Be happy. Repeat. Make fun. Make fun. Have fun. Make fun. Be fun. Fun. Comics. That's my motto. Print that on a shirt. That'll be my next Patreon exclusive t-shirt. Make fun. Have fun. Be fun. Comics. And it is odd sometimes to throw some of these different lines, like on a digital device, I would just spin the artboard. But with this, I was like, I can't really spin it so easily. What happens if I just try to throw lines at odd angles? How does that look? Definitely has a bit of a waggle to it, but I don't hate it. I think that sort of waggle kind of endearing. It looks hand-drawn. Not everything's perfectly ruled out. Not everything's perfectly thrown. There's no perfect curves, perfect arcs. I could do all that in a digital program. But in this traditionally drawn illustration, you do have to kind of live with the imperfection of it, which I like. I like it. I think back to all my favorite illustrators and artists, and the ones that are just working digitally, strictly digital. There's less of those in my favorites. There's some for sure. Like I love Howard Porter. That guy drew digitally a lot, draws digitally a lot. Produces a lot of work, which is great. But even his work my favorite stuff that he's doing was a bit of a hybrid technique. Traditional pencils, digital inks. I can't think of a straight, just digital illustrator that I'm like, maybe Pepe Larraz? Maybe? I don't even know what Pepe Larraz's process is. But you look at Jason Fabok, and my favorite stuff of his is the stuff where he's working digitally and traditionally. What is Jason Fabok working on? That dude was the hottest thing. He did 3 Jokers, massive success. He did The Button, massive success. He did Justice League with Jeff Johns, massive success. Now, nothing. I don't know what Jason Fabok's working on. I hope it's something awesome. I can't think of what it is. Something creator-owned, maybe? It's like, why is he not on? Is he working for Distillery or Substack? Like, where did he go? It's bonkers to me. I don't know. Does he have a YouTube channel? I mean, the guy was just batting 1,000. Had that Dave Finch look. Obviously trained by Dave Finch. And just, but working digitally and just, doing his own things. And now you're like, what's he even on? I think that happens with comic book artists is that sometimes they move on to different endeavors. And, they don't make a big announcement of it. Like, if they go from working on Grifter to doing storyboards for an animation or video game character design, it's like they're not going to make a big post about it. It's like, got a different gig, it's not in publishing. Like, that's really nobody's business what they do. They got bills to pay. And if the phone's not ringing and editors aren't calling from DC and Marvel, they're going to take whatever gig they got. I empathize for sure with that. But you'd think that some of these illustrators are just household names at this point, massive talents would, be working on giant books. And they'd be talking about it like, oh man, I got this incredible thing. So excited, 2024, 3 Jokers Part 2, or my own creator-owned title for Image called something. Like, it's gonna blow your mind. Get ready, get hyped. Or crowdfunding. Like, if I was Jason Fabok, I mean, I don't know what Jason Fabok's working on, obviously. But you look at Dave Finch and he's just, he conventions, YouTube, and not even that many conventions much anymore. So YouTube, occasionally he'll do a convention, doesn't really do commissions, working on his own creator-owned title now for, he's said, years. I don't know if anybody really knows what it's about. I'm sure people know. He knows. And people around him, I'm sure, know. But it's funny, like a lot of the artists I'm a huge fan of, they're not really doing stuff on books that I love. It's like, I'd love a Dave Finch Moon Knight, right? I'd love a Greg Capullo anything. Greg Capullo Batman. It's like, Greg Capullo's working for Marvel now. I'd love a Mark Silvestri who was doing Batman. That was incredible. It just seems like an odd time right now, a very transitional time. Like, if you were to say all the artists that you love and enjoy are on the sidelines and not working on stuff that's hugely popular, I'd be like, really? We don't have a David Finch Venom run. You know. I don't know about Jason Fabok. Batman title out right now? No. Okay. Why not? Why not? Why no? Why not? You know they'd sell like hotcakes. Hotcakes. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all that. I don't pretend to know. If anybody says they know, they don't know. I don't know. Do you know? Don't know. So yeah, I love drawing traditionally, and I'd love to work for a publisher if you are Marvel or DC or anybody else. Let me know. Happy to do it. Reach out. I will draw comics for you. Or I'll just keep drawing comics for myself. Works too. Either way, I'm drawing comics. Because I love it. So yeah, sometimes what I do is if I haven't really defined where I'm going with things, is I'll draw in the shadow first with this less dense graphite and just kind of try to feel out where the forms are. And again, just have fun with it. I'm not trying to draw things perfectly. You know, I'm cartooning, thinking of the primitive shapes, trying to wrap the form, wrap the objects, having fun, making comics, drawing stuff I'm excited about, throwing lines, making stuff look cool. Hopefully you dig it. I appreciate the people that dig it. I appreciate people that watch, like, thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna go have some lunch. Drew a little bit, shot a little bit of video, and call that good. So yeah, if you have favorite creators that are right now not working on anything you know about, or not working on anything that you're excited about, let me know. Because I want awesome books created by awesome people all the time. So hopefully, whatever creator you're excited about, they're on something that you're super psyched to get. Like Declan Shalvey, create her own book, Old Dog. Love that book. It's awesome. It's like Born Supremacy 007, and it's got an old gray-haired guy. And I'm like, I relate to this for some reason. I don't know what it is about this. I don't know why I would relate to this old gray-haired guy. But for some reason, this is really speaking to me. So I was like, that's cool. So we just did a Kickstarter. So we'll be able to support that. Such a fun book. And hopefully whatever he works on next is awesome. I hope it's great. I love his Thunderbolt stuff. His Thunderbolt stuff is great. Alright. We're going to keep working on this 2-page spread. Spine. Bulgarian. Spine. Right down at the bottom. Spine. Spine. Bunch of stuff. This is like the recap page. So, kind of catch you up on what you missed if you missed anything. Shame on you for missing anything. BatLanticStore.com if you missed anything. If you need to get The Oppressors, Volume 1, individual issues. Still got a few of those left. Archive Universe. I don't really even draw like this anymore. This is definitely feels like a throwback, kind of classic. But, you know, part of the fun of getting to where I got. So this is my more recent stuff. Versus Hell Road Redemption, Raw, Issue 1. BatLanticStore.com. Get anything, I'll send you a copy of this. And if you want any of this original art, 2-page spread, pin up a verses, individual issue, pages, cover, possibly, cover for issue 1 or 2, I don't know. Or a action page. Let me know. MakeComicsCool.com. Dylan Andrews Art, BatLantic Studios. Okay, bye.